To 10 at 10, my name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Educational Research Center here at Murray State University. And welcome back to 10 at 10. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Sprocket, West Kentucky, KY Innovation. And welcome back, episode 277. As you can see, my background and my video quality is a little bit different today. I am out of town at a conference for we are a CAE, and so this week is our CAE conference, and today is our last day of that. But I wanted to make sure that I hopped on and shared a little bit for our 10 at 10. And today I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach to 10 at 10. And if you all attended our Security Matters conference, which actually I heard from several folks that are regular watchers of 10 at 10 that did attend the Security Matters conference. So I appreciate that. But for those that didn't, I talked a little bit about our remodel and what we're doing with our renovations. We received an appropriation in the last biennium budget to renovate our facilities. And it's a game changer for us. In the history of our program's been around for almost 30 years. We've never had this type of infusion of capital, this ability to have an impact for the next 30 years. It is, in many ways, program changing, and I am so excited about it. Renovations, the bid's out right now, so we're in the process of getting our construction bids back. But I've had a lot of people ask me about it, so I wanted to spend a little bit of time today just talking through what those renovations look like and how that's going to impact things on campus. And the way that I want to start it is really the same way that our architects kind of presented it. So this is our current floor plan of our building. This is the second floor of the Industry and Technology building, the Martha Lane Collins Center for Industry and Technology. It is on Chestnut Street, up the street from the Curry Center, between the Curry Center and the police department, if that helps with context. And in particular, this is looking at one of the corners in our hallway. So that long hallway that you see, I think you'll be able to see my mouse. This long hallway is mostly our labs and classrooms. That's where most of our CNM and CYS courses are. So our architects started with that point and said, what could we do? How could we imagine? How could we with the funds that we have, how could we redo the space and reimagine it in a whole new way? And they threw out some drawings during their presentation when we were looking at architects that frankly I really liked. It allowed us to kind of see where the vision could be going. And ultimately what we ended up with was this new spotlight corner. So I think I got a better view here. So this is going to be kind of the new space, and you see a couple of things in this picture. First, you see a lot of glass, and I think that the glass is important. You see large open labs. Again, I think that's important. These open labs are going to be, first of all, bigger than the labs we have. So let me take a step back. One of the reasons that we needed the renovations is because we're just out of space. We have a ton of students, largest that we've ever been, and that's fantastic. That's a great problem. But we got to make sure that we design our labs and our structure so that we can manage the enrollment that we have and the enrollment that we hope to have. So that was a big first step. So what you're seeing here is a lot of that, is a lot of let's make sure that we have large labs. So what you're looking at is two labs that butt up to each other that are each 32 stations. And if we have a need to have more, we can actually open up a glass wall in the middle and we can have even more. The other thing that we wanted to really focus on in this remodel is the ability for collaboration to exist among students among faculty and students. And so, first of all, what you'll notice down this corridor, this cross corridor, is one that I call them restaurant booths, but there's little spaces that students can hop in, a restaurant booth of sorts, um, eat a snack, bring their Chick-fil-A over from the Curry Center and eat it. But there's a lot that they can do. So, first of all, that was something that we wanted to make sure that we built for. Second, and you can't see it real well. I'll show you in another picture in just a second. We also wanted a lot of collaboration spaces where there's little meeting rooms that you can check out and you can go in and you can meet with a faculty, you can meet with a student group, you can meet with a research team, whatever it might be. We wanted to make sure we had a lot of those spaces. I'm not going to go over the floor plan because that's a it's hard to see on that. But in this view, on this slide, you can see a little bit better some of these collaborative spaces. And what we wanted was we have some. First of all, there's a lot of glass. We put some um, uh, on the windows to give you a little bit of privacy, but we wanted there to also to be open, so that you're not going into a room that there's no visibility into from a safety standpoint. This is a new actual area. There's going to be a cross hallway that doesn't exist now that we'll be adding. And then for those that have been in our building and know the awards wall that we have down by the center, this is going to be placed here. Um, you can't see that wall. It's kind of behind us where that's going to be. But there's going to be a new awards wall that we will be able to highlight all of those award winners from our awards over the years. These are the labs I'm talking about, that open space. I've talked about that, and let me keep going so I don't run out of time. We're going to have more seating in our hallway, more student nooks. A big piece of this is that I want students to be able to, actually, let me say this differently. I want students to want to be around. I don't want students to go hide. And right now, frankly, we don't have spaces for them to be. Um, there's a lot of really cool things that happen when collisions can happen. So, excuse me, we want to make those collisions happen. So we're going to have a lot of seating. We're going to have a student operations center. One of the things that you've probably heard me talk about is getting real experience for our students. And our students are really good now. How can they help both Murray State and then our communities? So ultimately, this space that you see in the top right corner is going to be a security operations center that's managed by students. That's what we want to create. That's what we're working towards and what we're trying to do. So that's a pretty exciting thing too. I don't know if I have any other graphics. I think that's where I stopped. As I mentioned, there's going to be a lot of meeting spaces, and the meeting space that you see on here right now is one that's a little bit larger than the others. We can hold 16 or 20 people in that one. We have our collaborative spaces that are 4 or 5. We have them that are 8 or 9. So we wanted to have a little bit of capacity changes. And ultimately, the reason that we're doing all of this is that for the entirety of our program, for nearly 30 years, we have focused on outreach to our community. We have focused on K-12. We have focused on applied research. We have focused on workforce development. But most importantly, at the center has always been our Murray State students. And what our renovation will do is it will allow us to continue that outreach, continue working with K-12, expand our applied research capabilities, expand our workforce development capabilities, and expand how we reach our current students. And so that's really our goal all along, is those are the things that we want to do. And I believe that what our renovation does is allows us to continue those efforts. I'm really excited about it. I think there's some great potential for where we're going in the next 5 to 10 years to 30 years. And I think we're going to be set up really well. If you have questions about our remodel, let me know. Um, I'll just say it because I've been asked the question too many times. If you're an organization or a donor that wants to try to get involved, even have your company's name on one of those rooms we talked about, I'm happy to have that conversation. We'll have a way for folks to get involved with that as well. But with that, if you have questions about the renovation in general, let me know. Watch our social medias. We'll try to keep you updated as the renovation goes over the next really about 18 months. And I'm excited to show you the finished product when we get there. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week back here on 10 at 10. Thank you. Bye.